Now, what is the essay all about? Because a lot of people ask me to check out this essay. I'm like, okay, if it's just some people writing boring stuff, but it's about Gooner games. Gooner games, alright? So when the essay is about Gooner, of course I'm going to read it, right? And then this person, he said he's tired of Gooner games. So I'm here to verify, okay, why are people getting tired of Gooner games? Now, first of all, some of you guys might be thinking, okay, is Genshin a Gooner game? I don't think so. ZZZ, maybe. Maybe it's almost there, right? But again, all of these are very complicated, alright? What is a Gooner games, what is not? Why Brown Ops 2 mini boss game so clunky, so bad? It makes Nikki minigame looks good? Really? I thought it's the same. I thought they are about the same, right? I don't know. But yeah, getting tired of the Gooner games or games becoming like that. Okay? So these people are tired of the Gooner games. Fan surveys? No. Like, you gotta have proper games, right? Why are people, like, why do you gotta sexualize everything? You get what I'm saying? So this title will get a lot of interesting comments, but please hear me out on this. I don't mind games being cultured, but with how gaming has become, it feels like having these aspects are selling points for people over the actual story. Okay, nobody plays for the story. People play for the Gooner aspects. What caused me to sit back and think about this was the whole Stellar Blade launch the first time. Okay, Stellar Blade, alright? This is but Stellar Blade is not a gacha, so let's see. I think games should have options for the outfits, but lately, it feels even that has become more problematic. When it comes to costumes in gacha or regular gaming, I think they need to make sense. As much as people clown on Dead or Alive, I think, right? 5LR, most of the costumes made sense for the characters. Now, if you look at something like Nikke, most of the costumes don't make sense or fit the initial design. The recent example is the Racer skin for Scarlet. I don't think it suits her, considering I think more traditional samurai outfits. So he doesn't like the Racer skin in Scarlet, right? So, this brings me to Brown Dust 2! Okay, everybody here knows, right? Brown Dust 2. I think outside of the Gooner culture stuff, it's a well thought out game with good characters. But one of my main gripes as a newer player is seeing how it had to go that route just to gain more traction. I also think some of the ads, especially that one out in public, is cringe. Shouldn't be out in case children see it and it seems desperate. Uh-oh! In case you guys are wondering, this is what he's talking about. In public, children are seeing this. Think about the children, okay? Look at that, right? Huge popping out. Huge popping out, right? And this is in public. Now think about it, right? If there's a kid right down there, right? This is like Starbucks right here. So what if the kid go to Starbucks with the parents and then the kids come out and be like, wow, huge, right? Think about the kids. So again, a lot of parents don't want this. This is JP, no problem. Well, if it's no problem, why is he writing the essay? So, children will see it and it's very desperate, right? It seems desperate. So that's going to be the problem, right? Before anyone says you're a tourist, you gotta stop complaining. I want to ask you a question. Alright, let him ask you a question. If Nikke, Brown Dust 2, Girls Frontline, Love and Deep Space, ZZZ had no cultured aspects, would you still play? Or even be mentioned online anywhere? Interesting question, right? Interesting question. Do you guys think people will still play Brown Dust 2, ZZZ, Love and Deep Space, Girls Frontline? I like that he include Love and Deep Space as well into the equation, right? Because like this is also going to be a very important. It's not just something to attack the male fan surveys, I guess, right? Which brings me to my next points. It's sad because some of these games actually have good stories. DOA has a good story despite its reputation. Senran Kagura has a good story, but it feels victim to Sony BS, and there are more out there. But within the two I mentioned, one had the chance to finish its story, while the other needs a miracle to happen. I didn't even know that Senran Kagura is a victim to Sony. I don't even know that actually, right? Did he meant to type story? But yeah, I didn't even know it's owned by Sony. Less people will be exposed to it if it didn't go Gooner route. Gooner. It's better to go Gooner than EOS. So, to conclude, as a DOA, I assume dead or alive, right? As a DOA player, I think we are getting to the point where gaming is basically turning into a shit show of does this game has X feature, does this gacha have hot characters? If this is what gaming has to offer, maybe we just need a crash. I rather have no aspects of cultured or Gooner shit than be stuck with this endless saga of these journalists are woke, people who hate this are stupid, people who like this shit are degenerates or incels, or this degrades X gender, and so on. Gender. Maybe I'm just getting older, but this stuff makes me uneasy now. Damn. So he would rather the game die than to go Gooner games. Dead on arrival? Okay. So I didn't know people would be upset. Well, okay, I can see, right? People are afraid of the Gooner games. Now the reason why is because a lot of wokies, this is very sensitive. Very, very sensitive, right? Men at Digital, Huge and Jiggle, that's the thing, right? Cozy games, they need cozy games. They need to play cozy games. But here's the objective of these people, right? Their objective is not to play a different game. Their objective is to destroy Gooner games. That's the whole purpose. Like wokies, it's not about they don't like this game, they go and play other game. If they don't like something, they need to destroy that thing, right? That's the whole perspective of it, right? He would like Western AAA games. He would like Western AAA? I think so, right? But at the end of the day, hates Gooner games, plays Brown Dust 2, hates Diary, eats cheesecake, hates meat, eats grilled steak, hates sugar, drinks milkshake. I'm tired of the word Gooner. I wish it didn't encapsulate everything remotely sexual. There's a big difference between a game with a little fan service versus one with far more sexual content. Putting something like Brown Dust 2 in the same category as Zenless Zone Zero is crazy work, but I see it all the time. I can agree. I don't think Brown Dust 2 is in the same level as ZZZ. I can also understand. See, the problem with a lot of people that they don't like fan service at all, they just, of course they would just lump all of them together, right? But of course things are not as simple as it. But for some of them, they don't care, because as long as it has something that they don't like, it is probably going to be lumped together with something else. That's just what it is. Brown Dust 2 supports Fat Dude. Play Concord, you cannot play Concord anymore, right? One is for people who like to pretend it's a Gooner game, while the other is the game that Gooners actually play. Okay, so that's going to be you choose to play the game knowing their selling point. You can always go for console games. These are kind of more regulated. Yeah, like that's why like a lot of AAA games, they will never go the Gooner route because it's too risky for them. They need to play it safe because it's AAA games. It's more budget into it. It's like there's more money and there's more risk involved, more stake involved, so they can't just go that route, right? So it is going to be a very scary, except for Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade is when they first made that game, they were kind of small, right? It's a small company, but I can see where you're coming from. Is Stellar Blade really a AAA, right? Some people might argue it's a AA. I actually don't know how much budget they put into Stellar Blade, right? But you won't see another game that do that, right? I don't think you will find much game that does that. It's just it probably will be one of the few exceptions, right? That's the thing. I don't think, like, especially because even now Stellar Blade is, you know, they are tied to Sony, right? Shift Up is tied to Sony. So even Sony has been trying to censor them because Sony wants it to be safe, right? Like, you might be saying that except for Stellar Blade, I think Stellar Blade is going through that phase as well. Like it's getting more censored because of Sony. It's getting into a lot of weird drama because of Sony. I even think that the region block and stuff is also because of Sony. I don't think it's because of Shift Up themselves. So yeah, because of all of this investment, because Sony, I think Sony is scared. They are scared that if they they are scared of what the game represents as well, to a certain aspect, but they want the money, right? Sony wants money, but at the same time they are scared for their own image. So it's like a double-edged sword. So some costumes get censored. I've been following Stellar Blade a lot, right? So I know what's happening. At the beginning, there's a lot of costumes that get censored in the beginning, right? So the developers are just cowards. I don't think like, can you blame them though for being cowards? Because a lot of these investors, they invest like millions, billions, right, into these games, right? I don't really blame them for being cowards because that's like their money. So of course they will want to see a return, right? That's why every year that you see FIFA, every year you see Call of Duty, because those are the games that are safe and they know it works. You will always see Battle Royale come out because everyone loves Battle Royale. You will always see Roguelite comes out because everybody likes Roguelite. But you will never see another Concord comes out because Concord is a failure, so you probably won't see another. So at the end of the day, yeah, it's like a big risk either way, right? For a lot of these gaming industries, these are like their bread and butter. They need to make back that return. So it's hard for them to go like Gooner route.